Hey guys, JJ here, back with another Saturday Zoom networking. Our guest speaker today is a young man who is out of Brownsville, Texas. And you guys don't know where Brownsville is? It's at the very southern point, right on the ocean. We'll talk about that a little bit. This young man is involved with the AI aspect of real estate. And great topic. It's one of the growing things that we see all over the place now. I met him a while ago. Just nothing but impressed me. I see him all over social media. Thought, you know what? I got to get this guy on the show. So my good friend, Lorenzo Sanchez. Lorenzo, how you doing, my friend?
What's going on, JJ? I'm so grateful to be here, brother. Totally honored that you invited me to speak during this call.
Hey, it's good to have you, brother. You know, we spoke the other day. It was really nice to get to know you a little bit better. Hey, so really quick, and we'll touch on it again. For people that don't know you, where in the country are you located? Where are you at?
I am located in Brownsville, Texas. It is the farthest south city in the state, located on the border by the sea. Like I'm about 5 minutes away from Mexico.
Very cool. Now, have you always lived in Brownsville?
Born and raised there, man. Yeah.
So high school, the whole thing, or?
Yeah, since I was a kid, elementary, middle school, high school. Graduated from high school, and then I went to UT Austin. So I lived in Austin for about 5 years. Then Houston.
That's Hook 'em Horns, right?
Hook 'em Horns. That's right.
Hook 'em Horns.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, what did you study in college?
I studied biology, and I'm doing nothing that has to do with biology right now. I was actually a pre-medical student. Like pretty crazy. That's totally different from being a real estate wholesaler, flipper, investor.
You know, we talked about that the other day, and a lot of young folks seem to think that, you know, not everyone has the opportunity to go to college. You know, you're fortunate. I went to college. I was fortunate. But college still prepares you to some extent for the next level, no matter where you go, even if you're not in your field of expertise, because you're around other intelligent people that are also pursuing the same goal and path and competing for grades and studying hard and finding yourself around, you know, people working in that same path. Are you not?
Absolutely. It forced me to grow. It opened my mind to different perspectives, different cultures, and it pushed me out of my comfort zone. It was something I totally value, and I don't regret doing it, even though I don't use my degree at all.
Well, you know, and I would tend to argue that, man. As I talk to you, get to know you, I mean, you're polished, brother. That doesn't always just happen.
Appreciate you, brother.
That doesn't happen just because. So you got out of college, and what you fell into a line of work that was related to real estate, or what happened after college for you? What was your path?
Yeah. So after college, my path was I attempted to get into medical school. So I did a lot of scribing. I worked in a laboratory, and I applied to medical school, man, and I didn't get in. It was like the most devastating experience in my life at the time. And you know, I went through a bit of a rough patch in life, and I just knew for a fact that I wanted to create a better opportunity for myself. So one day, I was listening to a podcast, and I heard the book, The 4-Hour Work Week. So I picked it up, I listened to it, and I heard what Tim Ferriss had to say. That's the author, by the way, about, you know, living the good life, like creating a business that can give you freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want in your life. Mm-hmm. And I decided from there that I was going to try out entrepreneurship. So from there, I started a social media marketing agency, and yeah, that was my first business. Social media marketing.
Why did you start social media? What led you into, when medical school didn't work out? Why was that your first step? What led you to doing social media marketing?
Yeah, the big reason was that there's a lot of digital nomads throughout the world who were able to travel across countries because of that type of business model. You can run it through a laptop. There's virtually no overhead, and it's really easy to start that type of business. Super low barrier of entry.
Okay, so from the digital marketing, I guess that led you to real estate in some regard, or how did that
It did,
transition go?
So my marketing agency was niche specific. We just focused on generating motivated seller leads for real estate investors, flippers, and wholesalers. And we did that by creating Facebook advertisement campaigns that targeted homeowners that were in need to sell their property quickly, like distressed, motivated sellers.
So, I mean, how does someone who's doing medical get into understanding the marketing aspect of Facebook? That's trying to put that together. Is it? I mean, it doesn't. I mean, so many people have difficulty with that. Did someone open that door? How are you introduced to that aspect of social media?
That's a great question, man. My former roommate from college actually showed me this opportunity. He was running a marketing agency that focused on generating leads for solar companies.
Okay.
And I saw that he was making a good killing doing it. So I found a niche that I liked, that I found interesting, because I have an uncle who's a real estate investor. And I figured, hey, this would probably be the best opportunity to get experience in that industry.
Wow. Okay. And then you made a transition into real estate, or what was your path that got you eventually to the AI aspect of real estate?
That's right. Yeah. Eventually I transitioned to real estate. It was about a year and a half to 2 years into running my marketing agency. I realized that I can make so much more money wholesaling these properties instead of just generating leads
For somebody else.
That's right. Yeah, I was seeing how much money my clients were making just flipping houses. I was like, well, I'm just a hop, skip, and a jump away from doing that. I know how to generate these leads. So why not just take the next few steps and learn how to do it?
Okay. And so then from learning how to do the leads, and then I guess you became an investor at that point in time?
Yeah, I've done a couple of fix and flips, and I own 3 rental properties.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
eventually I just kept on going.
so at what point, as you now have become a real estate investor, you've learned how to gather leads, you're making this happen. Somewhere along the way, you saw an area where AI can be implemented, or how did that transaction go? Because I mean, now you've got your own company, right? That involves AI and acquisitions and automation. That's what you got going now, right?
That's right. So from day one, I've been developing the software called Alexo Deal Flow. At first, I used it for my clients, then I used it for myself, and now I'm opening it up to the entire public. Anybody, any wholesaler, flipper, investor who wants to leverage AI to close more deals in less time with less effort can use Alexo Deal Flow to do that for themselves.
Now, as I understand, what you've done now is you've, as an investor, as someone that's gathering leads, you've identified all the different various platforms that are out there to skip tracing or mail or things of that nature, and you've kind of saw that they could be streamlined. Is that what you've done?
Yeah. So back when I started several years ago, I was using like 10 different software tools to run my entire company. And it's a big headache having to hop between all these websites and then train up a team member to learn them every time you churn through an employee. And it takes away from all your focus when you're having to manage the business across all these different applications. So I asked myself, is there a way to combine this all into one place? And I ended up hiring a tech company to build out the platform Alexo Deal Flow. And it's what we use today to pick up all our deals all in one place. So it's an all-in-one deal acquisition tool.
So now, what are some of the types of softwares that are out there that people might be familiar with that are these, what do you call them when you go to a restaurant, you pick these one up at a time, but
Yeah.
A la carte, but what is, I mean, we talked about MailChimp a little bit. I think Podio's another one.
That's right.
What are some of these various programs that are out there that you saw that could possibly be brought into one platform?
Yeah. So back then, before I had this
yeah, and what are the different things they did? Because we got some new investors on the call, people on YouTube, some new investors are going, wow, these are all I didn't even know these things are out there, or these different types of things are out there. What are the different apps or specialties that are out there that are working on individual platforms, which you happen to have brought into one, but Can you identify the lay of the land a bit for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. So for you newer investors, eventually you're going to run into the problem of organization and outreach and acquisition and disposition. So you're going to need a CRM. You're going to need somewhere to hold all of your leads in one place and keep them organized. And back
Sam,
then I
for
was
the new
using
investor,
Podio.
what's a CRM for the new investor?
That's a great question. A customer relations manager, basically where you manage all of your lists, all your leads in one place. And back then I was using Podio. That's what most wholesalers, investors, and flippers use right now. And to answer your other question, JJ, there's a ton of other softwares that I was using to pick up deals. So what do you want to do? I mean, everybody here wants more deals, right? Whether you want to wholesale, fix and flip, or buy and hold, they're out there.
It's all about deals, whether they're single family or multifamily, or commercial. It's definitely about the deal opportunities. So you've been putting this together for quite a while, and then you just gradually kind of identified what all these things were doing to make it kind of one platform.
That's right. Yeah, it's several years in the making.
So I've heard MailChimp. What does MailChimp do for people that don't know?
Yeah, MailChimp is what I used to use for email marketing, to follow up with sellers that opted in to my website months or years ago. Just keep them on a gradual drip campaign, follow up with them on a weekly basis, things like that. Push out deals to my buyers list if I'm going to disposition a property that I have in contract. I do all that in Alexo now because we've replaced that feature that MailChimp used to fulfill.
Okay, and so how long did it take Alexo to get to where it is now with your software package? I mean, it sounds like it's kind of the wave of the future with the AI aspect of real estate. How does the AI work with Alexo, and how does Alexo, explain part of that? That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's a great question, JJ. So when I was doing low volume, I didn't need AI. When I was only closing one deal every 3 months, I was doing pretty much everything with just using a handful of VAs and myself. But as you scale your company, as you scale to doing multiple deals on a monthly basis, you're going to need a way to cut the time and effort needed to turn leads into deals. And that's what AI does for you. It's the perfect employee that doesn't complain, doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, doesn't ask for a raise, doesn't ask for a bonus, and always does the job right every time. So that's how it's helped us scale.
Brenda, you are on with Lorenzo Sanchez. What's your question?
Hi, Lorenzo. So I was wondering, is it like Privy and PropStream all together, like a bigger version, better version, all in one?
So we don't have data in Alexo Deal Flow. I actually use Privy. I'm subscribed to Privy to get my numbers from my comps and get on market real estate data. Unlike, and we don't offer data through Alexo Deal Flow. We have like a CRM. We have a pipeline manager, email marketing, website hoster, landing page hoster, and features like that, but not data.
Okay.
Cool. Hey, Brenda, thank you for your question. Good to see you on the call today. Jimmer, you are on with Lorenzo Sanchez. What's your question?
Hey, Lorenzo. How are you?
Hey, Jimmer. I'm doing well, man.
How many, when you came up with your Alexo, how many different programs were you using at that time? Were you using 1, 2, 3?
I was using about 10 different softwares to manage my entire company. So
Okay.
I needed a CRM, a way to text leads, a way to leave voicemails, a way to cold call, an app to host my website, my landing pages, to manage all the leads in my pipeline, to handle appointments. So, it's like about 10 plus at that point.
Okay.
And it was a big headache to manage all that. It was also pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So I hired that tech company to put all that together in one place. So we have this one all-in-one deal acquisition tool called Alexo.
Okay, so you've eliminated 10 different screens you would have to look at, and you can navigate off of one screen now?
That's right. And we
That's
also have
pretty awesome.
a mobile app too. So you can see all your leads on the go and call them as well.
Okay, it's tied right into your iPhone in my case, but
That's right.
that's pretty great. Were you able to thin down your office staff, or did you remain with the same office staff?
That was one of the biggest benefits, man. Being able to get rid of so many VAs that used to handle very tedious, redundant tasks like replying to leads, qualifying leads in the pipeline. Once we built out the AI, it did all that automatically and perfectly every time.
Okay, that's awesome there. That's obviously time is the one thing we can't replace in life. So thank
Yep.
you, Lorenzo.
Yes, sir.
Jimmer, thank you so much, brother. Good to see you on the call. Charlotte, you are on with Lorenzo Sanchez. What's your question?
Hi, Lorenzo. This is such a blessing to have you here. I have been
I
on
appreciate
this
that.
all week. So you have just saved me a ton of work. I totally understand what you're doing because it was something that I was trying to kind of put together myself. So would love to delegate that to you. I do have a question about your, it's an email responder, right? How much capacity can it handle? Or it's like emails?
So we don't use it for sending cold emails. We use it for handling inbound leads. So let's say you have 10 people opt into your website on a single day, like that's totally fine. Let's say that you have a massive list of people who have opted in over the course of years on your website. And now you're doing warm email marketing to them on a daily basis because you're trying to convert them into appointments and deals. You could email hundreds of leads every day. There was one day where I emailed about 1,000 leads in 4 hours and had like a 90%, like about a 95% deliverability rate. But that's because those are emails that have opted in and they didn't bounce. So there's a big difference between emailing a large number of people who are warm and then emailing a large number of people who are cold. So it depends on your use case.
Gotcha.
What were you thinking about using it for?
Well, for example, one of the things that I wanted to do was agents, for example, direct to agents, and sometimes they can be a bit challenging, in responding. So to have a way of pinging them, if you will, whether that's email or SMS in a more automated way until we got a response, and then we could have a human to pick up and take it from there.
Yeah, that's right. So if you have a list of agents, you can upload that into Alexo and you can schedule an automated marketing campaign. So what would that look like? You could send them a text, drop a ringless voicemail, add them to the power dialer, and send them an email all at the click of a button, that entire list. And you could do that for about 1 to 200 leads per day, agent leads, that is.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
If people were to want to engage with your software, is it a monthly subscription? Is it an annual? How does that work?
Yeah, we offer a monthly subscription and an annual subscription. The annual subscription is at a discount. Right now we have several tiers that we offer. And the big difference between all the tiers is the features and the level of support that you're going to get. And in the uppermost tier scale, you get all the features of the platform, which includes the AI, the fully built out professional website, the blogging capability, and an exclusive community, as well as weekly Q&A support calls just like this. So you'd be hopping in a video conference with me, the founder and owner of the company, at least once a week for an hour, where I can answer your questions live.
Cool. So do you want to tell us again about that beta program you got coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. So the product is great. I use it for myself. I use it to pick up deals that I either wholesale, fix and flip, or buy and hold. And right now, we are wanting to get as much feedback from newer investors, wholesalers, and flippers who don't have experience using software and AI like this. So we're taking on a round of beta group users before we do our formal launch end of March. and it's totally free.
Mark Bennett, you're on with Lorenzo. What's your question?
I was just wondering, you mentioned your company. What is the name of the company that is it the Alexo? Is that the name of the company?
AlexoDealFlow.com. That's where you can access the software.
Okay, is that the name of your company, Alexo?
The LLC is actually named Alexo Digital.
Gotcha.
Yeah, to answer your question. But the
I'm
software
gonna-
is Alexo Dealflow. Let's say that you're a homeowner in distress. You're going through pre-foreclosure, tax delinquency, you're an absentee owner, and you type in some keywords on Google. Our landing page or website will show up, and that homeowner will go in there. They'll submit their name, number, and email. And as soon as they submit that, they're going to receive a text from your Alexo Dealflow account that the AI will be handling. And they're going to qualify that lead via text for you automatically and book them on your calendar when you designate your availability.
Gotcha. So, and is the Alexa Dealflow, is that something that I could use on an agency level, like my own, to create my own agency to help marketing, other online companies?
You can you can use an Alexo Dealflow account for basically any use case. The account that you'll get is going to have a lot of systems that are pre-built to help wholesalers, flippers, and investors convert leads into deals. But you can always customize it to however you want. Like, let's say, for example, you have your marketing agency and you want to create an automation or an email sequence specific for getting clients. You can do that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to your website, and I'm gonna definitely sign up with you.
There you go.
Cool. I hope to
Mark,
see you in the beta program.
Good to see you, my friend.
Same here, JJ.
Mercedes, you are on with Lorenzo Sanchez. What's your question?
Hello, thank you, JJ, for inviting me to this presentation. So my question is, I'm in the middle of redoing my website. In order to use this, so let's say I have two businesses, right? The real estate side, flipping houses, and also the financial services business, which complements real estate. So with Alexo, do I need to finish first my website to start using it, or can it be done now? And can it be customized to meet the needs from both areas of business?
You can start using Alexo now. We have a fully built out, professionally designed website that was made for generating motivated seller leads. So all you would need to do is direct your domain for home buying to Alexo and then slap it on that website that we have waiting for you. And if you wanted to make another website for your financial business,
yes,
you can also do that. You can make a new website from scratch in Alexo. And I mean, you could even duplicate the one that we give you to start off with to make it easier.
Oh.
And one of the big
Okay.
benefits of using the website within Alexo is that all the forms and surveys are connected to the CRM, the customer relation manager. So you can see the lead as soon as they put in their name, number, and email right there. And you can text them, you can call them from Alexo, you can leave a voicemail, you can send an email, and your entire team can see all that too.
Wow. That will be definitely something I'm interested in looking into.
What's the best way for them to reach you?
It's a great question, JJ. The best place to reach me is by following me on Instagram or TikTok. Go to @LorenzoSanchez.dealflow on either Instagram or TikTok. So that's LorenzoSanchez.dealflow on Instagram or TikTok. If you want to book a demo to join the beta group, just go to AlexoDealflow.com.
So now, for those of you that are watching the show right now on YouTube, please like the video. Please put whatever comments, down into the YouTube little message box or thing that you can. If you guys are on the call, hang out. We're going to go to the breakout rooms, do some live networking, get to meet people from your group. Other groups would be Fortune Builders, Astro Flipping, Thrive, Clever Investor, from your state or other states. So we're going to do some live networking. Again, you can follow Lorenzo by going to alexodealflow.com. You can find me by going to jjzizian.com. Join the networking group, learn from our guest speakers, see what we have on our YouTube channel, which is Flip Setup with JJ. So on behalf of Lorenzo and myself, we're going to thank you guys for joining us today. We're jumping off to the breakout rooms, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for coming in.